So a quick first look of this, first look of this Sony a7R Mark VI. I'm in the Sony event about launching this camera. What is new? Of course, a7R. You expect it got a lot of megapixel. This is a7R Mark V from 60 megapixel, already really crazy, to even more crazy. 66.8 megapixel. It's like on the market nowadays. Like what else you can get? You have to go to medium format to get this. Other brands, their high pixel count camera was like 40 megapixel, 66. But another thing really crazy about this is that it do 30 fps electronic shutter. I have to get a screen recording for you, so I have to, and not showing it on the screen, I have to look at there to shoot. Let's give it a try. Wow! Well, I was trying to take, okay, I think hopefully I got something. I mean, it is quite difficult to look at this screen to shoot. The first thing you would notice that not only it do 30 fps burst, but also there is no blackout. The previous a7R5 do up to 10 fps burst. This one same fps with mechanical shutter. But what amazing thing is that Sony finally figured out 30 fps electronic shutter, 66 megapixel. The thing is they have managed minimal rolling shutter with electronic shutter on such high resolution sensor. It doesn't mean that it has no rolling shutter, but here I was actually struggling with keeping up with the bird. I was shaking the camera like this. By the way, the buffer size isn't bad for a 66 megapixel camera. This is a new sensor. Well, of course it's a new sensor. It's a new type of stack sensor. Usually stack sensor, you got memory in the layer, in the middle layer, so that they can achieve higher readout speed. This one got a processing thing, something processing underneath, not memory, but processing. What does it do? It gives you higher dynamic range, 16 stops of dynamic range. It actually reminds me of my first time trying the a7R Mark III. Long time ago, around 2018 or 17, something like that, when I worked for Photo Gear News, another YouTube channel, I actually tried it in London as well. That was the first a7R that do 10 fps. At that time, like 40 megapixel, 10 fps, it was like crazy, like what the hell? Oh, can you hear that? But now I feel, it actually reminds me of that. I mean a similar surprise of like 30 fps, 66 megapixel. So let's look at the camera body. One thing about Sony is that their body don't change much, but it works. And then the grip, this time also a little bit bigger. Sony is like every new camera, like they would have a slightly bigger grip than before, but this is noticeable when I compare it to the a7R Mark V. One reason is that it got a big battery. That's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things. New battery. This is a new XA battery. No, XA element. SA battery. That remind me of the original, was it W battery? I need to have like 3 batteries, just barely enough for, I just shoot YouTube. And then they have the Z battery, and now even bigger, it's SA. And it makes sense. Now cameras are getting more and more powerful, especially 66 megapixel, 30 frames per second. So it makes sense, you need a bigger battery. And I like that they come with, at least this camera comes with a dual battery charger. These days, a lot of cameras don't come with battery charger. Suppose you to charge it in the camera. And you can check the battery health in the menu system here. and on the charger itself. More reason to buy first-party Sony battery, right? Oh, now something about Sony memory card is that only Sony, as far as I know, only Sony use CF Express Type A. The good thing is that you can, with the same card slot, you can use CF Express Type A or SD card. So like today, I only use 2 SD card, and especially I don't have CF Express Type A. So I can, if I don't need the speed of CF Express, I can just put into SD card. A lot of other cameras these days have one CF Express Type B slot and one SD card slot. Quite annoying mixing 2 card type, but here you can just put in 2 SD card. Okay, so in front you got the IR sensor for auto help with auto white balance, and this one got AI auto white balance as well.
Well, at least I was shooting with auto white balance that day, and they all look fine.
Really small detail is that mark for lining up your lens now actually stick up, emboss. Maybe it helps with when you're mounting a lens in the dark, but also, I mean, a lot of lens, it already got this bit stick up. You can touch, you can feel it. So why not add it on the camera as well? Even though if you don't need to, like, oh, you have to feel it in the dark, but I think it make it easier to see as well when it is 3D, when it is actually, that's a bit that stick up. Another thing that stick up is that on the mode dial, the bit that's auto actually is embossed as well. It looks great, but it maybe help that in the dark you can kind of feel, oh, this is auto, and then next is P, A, and S. You can argue that, well, actually most of the time you just look at the screen, then you know what mode you're in. But it's still kind of nice, and it looks nice as well. I mean, it's not a must for these 2 small detail change added, but it will be nice. But something really cool is that it got lights up buttons.
And I can't believe that I forgot to take a video of it. So this is just how it should kind of look on the Sony website.
It's a first for Sony, and then before that you can only get from the flagship Nikon, something like that. But now you got it here. Oh, one big thing is the screen. This is great. Now more and more camera got this. I don't know why it takes so long. So it tilts up and it flips to the front. Even when I'm shooting video with the S1 Mark II, I like the screen a lot, that I can sometimes just tilt up like that quickly, rather than for a lot of like only these kind of flip out screen. If you want to tilt it up, you have to flip it and turn. It's just annoying rather than like quick. Now I'm trying to shoot 8K here. Now the 8K, this time it still have a crop, but slightly less crop, because before that the a7R Mark V, it was 1.24 times crop. This one 1.2 times crop, and with 4K that's no crop as well. Of course, this is not primarily for shooting video. This is good for when people shooting wildlife and they want to get some video. They don't have to swap camera just for shooting some video and photo. It's okay because you got S-Log, you got 10-bit, they actually got 10-bit 422, so they actually take decent video.
At last, Sony finally catch up with shooting 32-bit flow recording with a new XLR adapter, which other camera may or may not get the firmware update to use this. So this is the Sony a7R Mark VI, 66 megapixel with 30 fps burst. Do you think it's actually useful? Does it bring new possibilities?